Hi, my name is Lauren Kerr-Deschenais, and I am going to show you how to use some reserve list creation tracking tools that I've developed to help expedite the workflow and help manage the large volume of reserve lists that we at both libraries have to handle every year. So let me get started. So first, if you go to the S drive, you'll find a file named reserves underneath the Lauren Kerr file. And within that, I have a whole bunch of information. I have an archive of my emails from previous years, and then examples of spreadsheets I used last year, as well as these spreadsheets that have courses taught online, all courses taught in Petaluma and online, and then all courses taught in every location, excluding Petaluma. So that would be used by the Santa Rosa campus. I also have this How to Use Datamine website. So this is where we're going to start. This video will be a two-parter. We are going to start by downloading data from the Datamine website, and then after that, I'll teach you how to structure and manipulate the data. Okay. So if you open up the How to Use Datamine Word document, you will come across just a step-by-step guide that I created. So if you want a quick reference and not to have to watch this whole video, you can go ahead and do that. So if you'll see at the very top, I have some information about who updates the Datamine website. And so the person who updates it is currently Patty Collins, although that may change if she ever leaves. But what you're going to want to do is once the schedule of courses has been uploaded onto the santarosa.edu website, then submit an IT ticket and request that the Datamine website be updated with the new schedule of courses data, and they'll get someone on it. So what you're going to want to do is go to the santarosa.edu/Datamine website. That'll take you to a SharePoint file that contains all of the course information that you're going to need. So once you get to the santarosa.edu/Datamine site, it's going to automatically redirect you to the SharePoint file here. So the one that we are going to download is going to be, let's see, not this one right here, but this one just below it. Oh wait, no, actually, sorry. 1 second. Yes, this one right here, the full-time equivalent faculty spreadsheet. It seems a little unintuitive, but it's the best one that I've found so far. So we're just going to go ahead and open that up. So once you have the spreadsheet, what you're going to do is enable content up here. If it says something like this has to check out, just press the button within that warning and just press cancel. You can usually get around it. You only have to check it out if you're actually editing it, but we're not editing it. We're just grabbing data from it. So now press enable content, make it a trusted document. So what we're really trying to do is just locate that data, so about the courses here. So this is pretty much going to give you eventually give you the same information that's in the schedule of courses. So see up here where it says location? This location is a filter. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just click this drop-down arrow right here. You can select multiple items by selecting this little checkbox. I'm going to limit it to just Petaluma, since that's where I do all the reserve lists. And then you press OK. You're also going to want to limit it just to the semester you're interested in. The data goes all the way back to 2014, so that's pretty irrelevant. So you click the drop down right here next to semester, deselect all, and then you're just going to select the semester you're interested in. So we're going to do the fall 2018 semester. If you wanted to do both fall and spring, that's available as well. And then just press OK. And so now your results have been narrowed just to fall 2018. Now if you click this grand total to the grand total button right here, it'll pull all the data that is used to calculate these numbers. So that's how we're going to access the schedule. Okay, so double click it, and voila, there it is. So you can turn this into, once you have this information, you can turn this into a new spreadsheet just by right-clicking the sheet down here at the bottom. You then click Move or Copy, and then click this drop-down, and then New Book. And then you just press OK. And now it's just going to grab that data without all the other irrelevant data that's hidden behind the scenes in the FTE trend spreadsheet, because there's a lot behind here. I recommend once you're done working with the data, you actually just go ahead and delete the file. Since you you don't want to have it taking up that much space on your server. Okay, so we're just going to save this onto our desktop for this tutorial. So I'm going to call it Petaluma in-person courses fall 2018. Okay. And now I'm going to show you how to get the online courses, since that's not very intuitive. So what you're going to do is remove this filter. You always know there's a filter on if you see this little funnel right here. So you're going to just click there and make sure all are selected. The online courses aren't cataloged very well in this system. So the problem is sometimes they're cataloged as an online course with the Santa Rosa campus, sometimes online course with the Petaluma campus, sometimes online course with other campus. So it just gets complicated. So we're not actually going to use that to locate our online courses. One thing the online courses all do have in common is the room. So see right here over on the right, this room button. So what we're going to do is just create a new filter field. All you do to create a new filter field is grab it with this little icon by hovering over and clicking, and then drop it in this little box that says filters on the top. And see, if you look up here right now, we have room as a new filter. We're going to click the drop down, and now since there's a ton of rooms, rather than scrolling through them all, we're just going to search for online. Okay, and then just make sure that's clicked, and click OK. And now it's limiting to all classes that are located in the room called online. So that's going to grab all of the online courses, regardless of how they're cataloged with their location. All right. So now you once again double click in this grand total of the grand total. You get yourself a new sheet. You can either turn this into its own sheet by moving and copying it, just like we did with the other, or you could just copy and paste it. So I'm just going to copy it and then paste it into the bottom of our other one. If you're going to do this, you have to make sure you haven't made any edits to the columns because you want your columns to match up. Alright, so there we go, and paste. And then I'm just going to delete this little header right there because we don't need that in the middle of the spreadsheet. And then you'll be able to find the online courses with this text right here that says online. But what I like to do is add an additional column that just says online, and then drag it all the way down to the bottom, and then scroll back up and to add in person to all the data that was above that paste, and then drag it all the way to the top, and that way you can easily distinguish the mode of instruction. So we'll call it that. Okay, so once you have that, you're just going to want to start whittling down to what's actually relevant to you. One thing to keep in mind, department is a little different than what we call department in Voyager. What we call department is more consistent with what they call discipline in the spreadsheet. So you could delete this if you want. I usually do. I also usually delete the cluster here. So I just want to make sure that that was pasted properly since we were scrolled over a little. Looks like it was. So the cluster is kind of irrelevant for our purposes. Just delete that. And then, you can delete the full-time FTES and FTEF. They're irrelevant to us, so I delete those. The most important thing, discipline, course location. Section can be useful for reserves if you don't have access to the instructor name. Semester is definitely useful, especially if you have multiple semesters listed. Units might be important to you, so we'll leave those in. I'm going to delete these. And, you could also, if you're doing this for another purpose, say scheduling reserve desks, you could keep the days here and keep the hours. I'm pretending like I'm doing something for reserves, not for reference, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete these since they're really not that important to us. Keep that mode of instruction that we just created because that's definitely important. So forth. And so we're just going to delete. I know that Suvi said that the weeks were important to her in coming up with her purchasing plan. I personally really like the cancel flag column as well. Day and evening might be important to you too. Our class and laboratory as well. You could also tell laboratory by the L in the title, so 1L, so I usually just delete that one myself. And then just scroll on over. And last but not least, the other important thing maybe for your purposes would be the date begin and date end. I believe I said something about, yeah, there's also weeks here too if you don't want to buy reserve books for partial semester courses or something along those lines. And so now I've selected all of these that, just our demographic information, things like that, that I don't really find that relevant to our purposes for reserve list creation. But, this just goes to show this data could be used in a number of different ways. And then you just go ahead and delete. And voila, there you go. All right. And so I'm going to end this video and we're going to start a new one where I'll show you the next steps in creating those tracking tools.